So this song says this. I don't know how God's gonna do it. And I don't know when it's gonna. Well, Lord, I only know, yeah, God's gonna make a way for me. I know He will. I know He's gonna. You can help me sing. Listen, He never told me how He's gonna do it. Do you know? He never told me just how He's gonna. Anyhow, I'm happy, shawty, yeah. I know He's gonna make a way for me. I don't know when. I know He's gonna help me sing. Old folks, ain't no harm to moan, not quite moan. Tell the Lord. Yeah, moan. Yeah, tell the Lord. Well, Lord, now get happy, shawty, yeah. I know God's gonna make a way for me. I know He's gonna. I know He's gonna. I've tried and He'll. I've depended on Him. He's faithful, dependable too. I lean on Him. He'll. You ought to try the Lord. You ought to try the Lord. Oh, tell the Lord. Come help me, Michael Mack. Say amen. Cincinnati. I know Him. He'll. I know He will. I know He will. He will. Don't know how. Sure don't know when. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
It's the
While
wine.
I'm waiting. While I'm waiting. I'm just gonna say, Lord, do it for me. Do it for me. Fix it for me. Can't nobody do it like You can. Can't nobody fix it like You can. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it, Jesus.
That's a little bit still very okay.
I need a healing. I need.
Hey guys, welcome back to the table. We are so excited to give you guys this nice little quick little preview. We're gonna be taking y'all some information, I see some faces, some familiar faces. We just want you guys know that this is the pilot. We're gonna put out there a little teaser for you guys so you can get your customers and here at the table. So as we always do, I'm going to go ahead and introduce my so I am Lady Deborah.
Minister Nicola.
I am Lakeisha.
Okay, so come on, prophetess. Tell the people who you are. Okay? So guys, we are back at the table and we go ahead and jump right on in, guys, because it has been a minute. There has been so much stuff going on. And like always, we want to let you guys know that we have been praying for you,
Yes.
as well as we hope that you have been praying for us. And I'm talking about the real PRAY and not PREY. There is a
Yes,
difference.
that's
And
right.
in this time, we have to know exactly what it is that we are doing. As always, thank you to our producer who wanted to go ahead and give us this. Come on, worship house people, time on in. Yes, okay. So what I wanted to do. Okay, y'all. So wait. First of all, have y'all weeks been thus far?
I've been blessed. I kept a smile this week.
Ooh, okay. Smiles this week. You like smiles this week?
Yeah.
I'm yet alive and living.
Okay, well, we'll take that. You know, my saying is always, I'm yet still here. I'm yet still present and accounted for.
Yes.
So as long as I'm present and accounted for, we are good. Okay, ladies, so I want to really jump right on in. So I don't want to go into the deep end because we got some stuff that's going to really make y'all go, say what now? So I wanted to pose the question.
What's the question?
Why is Christianity under attack? Why is it that Christianity is under attack?
Well, you don't want my
Yes, I do. I want you first.
You want me first?
I want you first.
Well, as I've always said, Christianity is always under attack because Christians don't take religion serious. It gets to a point where at work we're saying we're Christians, we're saying we're believers, but we're cussing and juking, we're working at work, we're drinking afterwards, we're smoking, we're doing all of these things, and we're not witnessing to the people, we're not being disciples. When it to like when we had the COVID, and we had the religion exemption, they don't take it serious because where are you showing it? Oh, now you want to show it because you need the exemption. You should have been showing it beforehand. So we always get attacked because we're pretty much the number one who don't show the severe, authentic love for Jesus.
Okay.
All times.
Okay.
Okay, for me personally,
Uh-oh.
the reason why the church is under attack, it's called no accountability.
Yeah, that's it.
No accountability.
Nope.
There's only accountability for the connections or the people that you are connected.
Ooh.
That's when it comes down to accountability.
Mm.
And then also you want to put your religion down, like it's
Oops,
Wait, say that again. Put your
Not
what?
religion.
your religion.
Not the religion.
Your religion.
You want to put your religion down.
Okay.
So the definition of putting your religion down.
Come
is,
on.
You know, they hurt me, they did this to me, and I'm gonna snap, crackle, and pop. So even though we go to the club, we go to the restaurant, and they do the same thing, we still go. You know, because people hold on to the word church hurt, which is not church hurt.
Yeah.
It's people hurt.
Yes.
The people inside of the church that hurt you, that's supposed to represent the church. So that's why you're saying it's church hurt, because you go, oh, I'm going to church. So that's why it's called church hurt, but it's really not church hurt. It's the people inside of the church that's supposed to represent God and do a bad person in the mouth. But even though the public aid, Great America, and all them give you bad taste, you still go.
Right.
I'm
Well, that was a little something taste to put on your plate here. Now, y'all know me, and if you are not familiar with me, let me go ahead and give you this quick disclaimer. The words that I am about to say is not that of Pastor M.D. Walls or the Worship House Ministry.
Yes.
It is not that of the ladies of the War Table or its soon to be affiliates, because I'm speaking that into existence.
Yes.
And I'm going to also go ahead and throw it out here and let you know that I speak straight from the hip. I have zero chasers, and sometimes I might not have a filter, so I'm going to try to keep that in check. Okay, with that being said, the reason why I feel like Christianity is under attack, or the church in itself is under attack, is because we forgot where the church initially was. We are the church. So how do we put us in check first? Because you have to check you before you can go and try to check anybody else. Okay, you have to hold yourself accountable.
Yes.
So when we speak of why Christianity is under attack, why as we as a body not holding ourselves in a higher standard, or at like, okay, I'll give you a prime example. As a woman, when we walk down the street, they'll say, oh, look what she got on. That's why they doing this, that, and the third. Okay, well, as a Christian, I'm still supposed to hold myself to almost the same standard, but I should be at a better standard. So I should be, wait a minute, make sure I'm saying this correctly, because y'all are so excited. So I'm supposed to be in the world, but not of the world.
Right.
So people are supposed to see me differently. Right. So the face that I put on every day should still be a godly face. I should still be able to represent God in everything that I do.
Yes.
regardless of where I am. Now, do I feel like we shouldn't be out here twerking out in the streets? Now, you could do, we twerk for Jesus. When you in the church, you shout, you twerking for Jesus. Now, it all depends on how you're doing it now. Because let me put this disclaimer out there. It's a lot it's a lot that goes on. And you see people that are out here dancing, and they will scream up and down like, "Oh my God, that's too much." David danced out in his clothes.
Come on with the word.
And how excited he was for the word. So I can't judge you on how you dance, and you can't judge me on how I dance. Now, what I can do is going to cross that line. I'm going to go ahead, however, and I'm going to throw this out there because a lot of people get so caught up in the feeling that they forget that everybody else has things that's going on. Everybody, I don't know what you go through day to day. I don't know what you go through day to day. We all have our issues. And we can't be so high and mighty. The Bible puts somebody on top of their head with what we feel like they should be doing. And then people get into their feelings and to their feelings if you don't understand. They get into their feelings and they want to project what it is that they're upset with, what they feeling.
Yeah, but because I was going to say, because at the end of the day, we have to think about, that's my thing.
At the end of the day,
we have to think about, we still have to show ourselves food. We have to study the word. We have to exemplify what we're studying and what we're reading. So, yeah, we're human. You know, we got all of that. That God wants to give us 70. We got all of that. God knows our heart and intent. All of that. At the end of the day, with God knowing your heart intent, do you know your heart intent? Because we have to think about when we step out and we knowingly in our head want to cuss this person out. That doesn't mean that you actually have to vocally do it. You need to turn around and ask for forgiveness. How many of us do that?
And praise the Lord.
Praise Him.
Hallelujah.
Yes. Because especially when it comes to title.
That's good.
People feel like
I die daily. So you die daily, whether you said it or you don't, whether you speak out your mouth or you thought it. You have to repent daily.
Yes.
So the church has lost that point where we're striving to be like God, but we're not God. So
that
people in the world have
that's good. That's good.
And especially with those with titles. The pastor is the pastor, like he's not human, or she's not human. We all are short. We all come short of the glory of God. So it didn't say the pastors come short and then the members don't come short at all. No, he said we all. And when he said that, he included himself. It's getting hot in here. Don't take off none of your clothes.
It's a wrong note for it because people get so caught up in this title. It's a title thing. You got the apostles, you got the elders, you got the bishops, you got your pastors, you got your evangelists, you got your prophets, you got your prophetess because they want you. I'm gonna hold that pen because there's something else that's gonna hit you over your head with this. Because you have all these things that you hold, and you don't know the cost to hold these titles. It is a heavy cost. And when you walk around here and say, "Address me as this," address me as this, and I'm not. Just don't call me by my first name. I'm pastor. I'm sorry, sir. The only one that I knew that held a title that deserved that reverence. Hallelujah.
But the reason why they throw the title part out so much is because people with titles allow people that's supposed to get comfortable. So if you get very calm and comfortable, you feel like, oh, that's my girl, that's my people, and I can put my legend to be me. But then,
see, now let me say this because I want people to understand this. Never should you put someone so high up on a pedestal that you cannot be able to reach them. Now, there are certain times in certain situations that, of course, you can be comfortable, but not so familiar in that comfortable place. And you still want to be respectful to the man, the woman of God who stands in that place. You want to be respectful of them, but you don't never want to get that comfortable. And people need to understand that there is a difference with that. Guys, I promise you, with having Christianity under attack, because this thing is all over social media, like the Bible, and what was it first? It was his name is not Jesus Yahweh. It's not, it's Yeshua. I mean, you can call him however you want to call him, it's still only one name, and there's one way to get to him. So I don't care how you call him or what you call him, as long as you call him.
Right.
When times get rough, we always go in that place with God. Please just take me out of this situation. I'll never do it again. Back in the day when I was drinking a little too much, Lord, if you let me make it through this one, I promise I will not drink like this no more on a Saturday. If you let me just make it. And when I was at work and all hell was going through, and I was like, Lord, if you just pull me out this situation so I can keep this job and I'll be there tomorrow and I'll be on my best behavior, then we'll be fine. We all called on him at one point or time, and we all called him by whatever form, fashion, name that he has. We called him. Yes. And the point was, we called him.
And he answered.
And he
He's not an Indian.
it's not when it's not on our time, but it is definitely on his time. Guys, we keep going with this one. I promise. I'm telling you,
I'm gonna pull up some scriptures on that.
Oh, you
because the Bible says
come
about
on. The Bible says
don't be afraid to correct.
come on.
So correction comes with accountability.
Yes.
So it also said he that cast in, he that cast in, with the first song, don't talk about people and all that. Without sin, cast the first stone.
Yes.
But even with that, it's still about correction.
And you know what? Not only just correction, but you got to do correction with love and kindness.
That's what I was about to say.
Like love and kindness draw thy near. But at the end of the day, we can't be nasty Christians. How you talking about you love Jesus and Jesus is about love and Jesus is about caring and you nasty. You got a nasty attitude, you have a nasty disposition. And then when something don't go your way, I'm gonna pray about this. Do you know that God is only on the side of the right?
Well, I would prefer you pray about it before you do it.
Yeah, but he's not gonna hear it if you nasty.
I would still rather you pray about it.
That's all I like that. God
So
I don't say nothing that's not displeasing to your sight.
That's called having a relationship.
Lord, bridle my tongue.
And this is why we under attack because most people have a relationship.
That's what you're doing.
Help.
So we're all of us being parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can be all the way on the other side of town.
Mm-hmm.
And we know
Come on.
a close relationship with
You're knitted with your child.
And sometimes people don't have a relationship with God.
No, they don't.
Because you don't have a relationship with God when you want to go back and say, okay, now do I get you? Now that I get you, oh God, if you get me out of this, then I'm gonna be at church. But then the problem is we got too many Indian givers, but God has never
in a relationship. Coming on help when you need it. That's just we call it 911 when I need.
Can I relate to you? That's the relationship. I need to be able to relate to God like God relate to me.
Yeah, but I mean,
I want him to relate to me so much so like he knows me. He created my fibers. He knows my hairs on my head. I want to be so close to God that he's so ingrained in me that sometimes people look at me and be like, no, he is. I see her, but I see him.
Yes,
that's that relationship. That's that relationship that most of us that we are not a perfect person. No. Nobody is perfect. There is not one perfect person that's walking on this formally known green earth. Right. There's not a perfect person. So
because Jesus is not himself.
That's
not perfect.
That part.
But at the end of the day,
come on,
he built it.
Yeah, and he knows it. And he knows it. So I want you guys to know that we still have so much more to drop down on this one, but I promise you, it gets even better. It gets better. So, ladies, you know I am so y'all know me. However, coming, you feel a tingle in your spirit. I feel a tune in my spirit.
I'm on with that next topic, humbo.
Parents, what y'all gonna do with y'all children? So in the city of Chicago, we have had episodes after because of our children going out and doing things. And I'm saying our children because it takes a village to raise kids. Some of them are not our personal children, but they are kids of kids of kids that we've known throughout our lifetime. I myself personally, even though I look wonderful, thank you, I will be 51 this year.
Come on.
51.
Like I'm
And we don't crack at all. Come on, 48.
21.
Come on.
So we know a little something, a little something, not something,
baby,
a little something. But we know a little something about what it is with children that are out here. So it has been in the media that Jedediah Brown. Okay, what I'm going to do. Okay, what I want to do is I want to give it to Lakeisha because she brought this one to us. So I want to give you this one. Go ahead, because this is one of the ones.
Oh my God. Okay, so the average Jedediah Brown. Oh my God, Jedediah Brown.
Oh, another person.
He has this campaign going on where he has people help exposing the parents.
Called Bad Tail Kids.
Bad tail kids. And he calls them up on Facebook, and it's like, if you know the parent, say for instance, I know Deborah Kids is downtown. I inbox these people, they research, and they expose her. So yesterday on Facebook, he called one of the parents. That was so funny, but it was so good. He called one of the parents, she answered the phone, and he was like, so we seen you downtown. Your daughter was downtown, and we seen you downtown, and you went to go get her. She said, that was not me. That was my auntie.
Come on.
She said her auntie went to go get her, and the parent was so nice and all of that. And she was like, what really happened was the teenager was with her dad and told her dad she was on one place to end up downtown. That lets you know the power of media. They let you know the power of social media because now they said that they allegedly found out the people that supposed to be sending all these things, and they're trying to go after them. I think the campaign he's doing is very good because if your child is 18, they consider them as an adult. So if they under 17, they're still your child. They still a child. They can't sign up for a credit card or nothing like that. So the question is, when did we stop holding the parents for the village accountable? I guess because Big Mama got a life. Big Mama got tattoos.
Well, no.
Big Mama is now 20 something. Big Mama might be in her 30s. Big Mama ain't in her late 50s, 60s, and 70s. Big Mama is young now. So
yeah, you're right.
Let's throw that out there. Okay, go ahead, Nicole.
No, I was just gonna say that. So you got children who are younger. Once again, like you said that they were one place and went somewhere else. So I mean, social media helps us more now than back then because of the simple fact that when you say something to somebody's kid, it's the parents that don't say it to my kid. You not taking care of them. You're not doing this. You're not doing that, and they're trying to be more friends with the kid than to actually be the parent and raise it and give them the knowledge and tools that they need to when they go out and be on their own to be able to succeed. And so a lot of people, like even in my class, class of 93, a lot of people in my class, I've heard them say stuff like, well, I don't want my kids to grow up the way I did. But you got to understand, look how successful you are now. You know what I'm saying? No, I might not want my kids to be in poverty, but they have to have accountability. They have to know the responsibility of knowing what these expensive True Religion $200 jeans, like it costs. It didn't just come out my pocket. I had to get up in the morning. I had to go to work. I had to do my job. I had to deal with the impossible, disrespectful supervisor. I had to go through some things in order to get that one paycheck to pay the bills, pay the mortgage, make sure you riding around and got $200 days. So some of these kids they're moral and their aspirations and their values are incorrect.
Okay,
Yes,
so
that is it right there. Girl, you almost made me shout up from here. That right there. Girl.
I told my son, Yeah,
Yeah.
and it goes for my nephew. I will say his name, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Be downtown. I'm gonna go viral.
Listen, let me say this because the Bible declares you are to train up a child. So
Yes.
once there, and then I may be
No, you do it.
No, you're right, you're right.
differently, but
Once they get
once they
older,
get
not
older, they
depart.
will not depart. So we know that with love, but we also know that we are in a generation to where, or we are in a time. I won't say a generation, but we are in a time where everything is up on social.
Yes.
So let me go ahead and
Yes.
throw it out there. Being that I am about to be 51,
Mm.
it wasn't a time when we was on social media. You know what I'm
No.
saying? But it was also at that time that I will tell a tale on myself. So I'm gonna give y'all a small little tale
Oh,
real quick.
Jesus.
I remember that I was about maybe about 14-ish, 13, 14, somewhere around up in there, maybe about up in there. And I thought I was doing a little something. She let me venture up off the block. So anybody that's old enough to understand, you knew that you had a radius that you can be in. You can go from that house to this house.
Yes.
And you better have that at home before the street light came
Yes.
completely on. Not the twinkle. It had to be completely on. However, at this point in time, I wasn't nowhere near the area that I was supposed to be in. And I have a girlfriend that will attest to it. We both ended up getting our tops knocked off about 15 ways Tuesday because we had the village. We crossed one block, we got smacked on that block. The phone call went through like it was you would have thought it was like a line of fire. Somebody had lit that cotton that was outside and it just off. That's how the phone call went. So we crossed another block, we got smacked in the back on that block. By the time we hit the block, her house is first, mine is last. Her mama tagged us before we hit the corner. Then I got tagged again. So I got it almost stopped, all before before I even got to sit down. Okay? Now that was because they trusted the village. If you saw my child outside doing something that they didn't have no business, you handled that business, you called me and let me know that this is what transpired.
Right.
So we knew that back then that was plausible. But as you said, don't put your hand on my child. That's my child. We don't have that trust in the village anymore.
And I tell you why.
Come on.
The reason why you don't have to trust in the village because the village let the people down. They let the people down. When I say the village let the people
Come
down,
on. Let's talk about
because
it.
back
Get on
in
my
the
brain.
day,
Come on.
back in the day,
Mhm.
I left you with so and so, so
And
and
then I
so.
have to go on my
Exactly.
Get on my brain. Come on.
So the problem is since the village let them down, you have the parents now that's dealing with stuff with the cliche, what happened in my house stays in my house. So a lot of stuff happened in their house with them or with their kids that travel from their kids to the adult. So what that means is they have unhealed wounds and issues that happen. So now they got this all this resentment.
Come on.
So now they want for spirit of entitlement. So coming up, I didn't have to bless my child with that. They don't deserve it.
Yeah, but then but even with that comes into play of, now you sit down and Jedediah,
Yeah,
I've heard of him.
Jedediah Brown.
Yeah, I've heard of him. Okay, even with that, like I understand him calling the parents on the children, but then what is the other solution to that? You can call me all day long, and if you're not helping me to get to a place where my
He
kids,
giving out resources.
okay, that's what that's what like
Yeah, he
where
giving
are
out
the
resources.
because everybody can be a child. Like
Let me say this. Let me say this. Do I feel like what Jedediah is doing is a good thing? Yes. Do I feel like it's also a catch-22? Yes.
right.
Because in the sense that now you have people that go, I'll take that $50 and I'll call and I'll put that on you. So
Right.
it's like you call me because you downtown. I just seen Keisha's son downtown and
Right.
Keisha's son, and I know that this is not him. I ain't got Keisha's number no more. Call Keisha. Okay, let me call Jedediah first. Jedediah,
Right,
you one of the
exactly.
kids that's down there.
Right.
Hey, I need to go ahead and make
Oh.
sure that
It's
yes, unsealed sounds and it's just doing absolutely.
It's
It
funny
is
that y'all
definitely
said that because he has someone that says, "Oh, I know this is not a bad family. I know this is not a bad
unhealed
kid,"
wounds. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
and he stood up for the family.
Right.
So let
But then, so once the mom called and he talked to the mom, he said, "I'm going to bless you to take her out to explain to her that what I'm doing is not a bad thing, but I'm
Right.
just trying to help. Because they always say that they ain't got nothing to do in the community or nothing like that. Or
Well, because they have taken away a lot of the extracurricular activities that are out there for the children, and they have taken away a lot of the field houses that we used to call them
yeah,
back in the park,
Yeah.
park
yeah.
districts for the kids.
A lot
So
of
it's
the
only
programs.
certain things
Yeah.
that are within these communities. I get that and I understand those, but June had posted, "Hey June, how are you?"
Yes,
Hey,
June.
Check out on Monday.
y'all, she did a Monday night live.
Yes,
Of the worldly. If you do not
yes.
click her, find her, follow her, it is amazing. And she was saying that it's unhealed issues.
It
It's
is.
definitely a lot of unhealed issues
It
dealing
is.
with a lot of parents in these communities because you have what we call that residue, that residual
Yes.
issues
Mhm.
that fall from one parent to a child, and they in turn then live in this unhealed state and they don't know how to break out of it, which is where the church is supposed to come in because the church is the hospital. So you're supposed to be able to go to the hospital and get yourself some help. However, a lot of
She
these
said
churches turn around. Thank you. A lot of these churches turn around and turn people away from getting the help that they need. They will
Yes.
close doors, lock doors because you don't look like, smell like, act like you belong inside the building, and then you want to close these people out when they are dealing with outside issues that need inside help. But I ain't gonna go there because I got.
Hold on. You said outside issues that need inside help.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's outside issues that need inside help because we have world curses that we done spoke over.
Oh,
Come on, word
And the number one word curse is you're just like your daddy, you ain't gonna be like your daddy.
Oh.
Your daddy ain't good enough, but your daddy was good enough to get your child.
Yeah,
Amen.
Go to the other side.
Yeah, mama. Your mama ain't nothing, and your grandmama wasn't that. So they go down the line. Okay,
As
come
my
on.
pastor was saying, a harlot. And he would actually say the other word.
Uh-huh,
But I'm gonna do the clean version. You're a harlot. You're just like your mama. You're harlot like your mama.
Oh.
You're out there in every which way. You know what I'm saying? Got the legs wide open and ain't got no paycheck or nothing else to go with. You know, but you just out there free hauling.
It's like we do different stuff to we do stuff to compress the issues and the trauma that we deal with.
Yeah.
So we know that it this and everything that we see that's going on. So let's go to what will be the best solve. How can we resolve this? How can the church or the body now step in to resolve this? Okay, so you have the Jedediah Brown out here
Right.
that are acting to call basically become a snitch or tail. And I don't feel like, hey,
That's my cousin. Hey, cousin.
hey,
Check us out.
okay. I mean, we have ways that we can assist and aid and help. So let's see what we can do because I want to throw this. Yes, outside issues definitely the inside help. Yes, ma'am. I want to say this because there is a state. God, I haven't read the article in the paper, but guys, I promise you, you can Google it. There is a state, and I want to say Tennessee, but I could be off. So don't quote me verbatim. But I know that it is a bill that is getting ready to be brought forth that they are trying to make it to where because this is where this topic came up from. They are trying to make it to where when children are truant, so we know back in the day when we were truant, what happened? The truant officer came to the house and they tried to sue. Yeah. Now they're getting very much so in depth. They're going deep, y'all. So they want to bring it to where if there are issues with your children, that they are able to take your children out of your home. When they take your children out of your homes, they are placing them in foster care or in these systems, and they are using your children for labor. I personally called it modern day slavery. However, comma, some did not like that term. And that's what is being called. Because then in turn, if the parent do not comply with what the wishes is of this said state and of this particular bill law that's going to be brought forth, then they will be held accountable and the child can be removed. Even if you take the child to school, they can remove the child from school without your permission.
So you know what that comes from. A lot of money uh, is given when the child comes to school. So the state reaps money for children coming to school.
Yes. I'm gonna hit you with something a little
I
bit
know.
bigger than that. Come
So
on.
when you have children that don't come to school, they're losing money, and then they're losing accountability growing up without reading knowledge, without math knowledge, and they're going to be, doing mediocre work and no work at all. So, they're, I mean, I don't like the modern day slavery. I don't like taking the children out of the home. How about finding out what's going on in the home so that they can help with those resources so that, because it might be something as simple as the mother is a single parent that's working really hard and she sent her child to school, but her child did not come to school. Like it could be something simple as that. And I mean, I'm a single parent. I thank God for my village, for my family. When I needed help, when I didn't have a job, when I needed to call on family, and I was able to get babysitters when I need to go on interviews. And even now, for the summer, it's hard. My mother helps with taking them to school and day camp and, picking them up when I couldn't because I'm all the way to the far location. Like, everybody don't have that support.
They don't.
Everybody don't have
So
that
you can
support.
start off with encouraging the parent and see if you go from there. If you start from the head down, then it will make a better way.
That comes from when you haven't had help all the time, you can't trust everybody because you don't know what their motives are. So you got somebody that come in your house, and we even have people that we call friends
Yes.
that have come into our house and said that they don't help us, and then go right outside to Sally Mae and Josephine and like, girl, look what's going on in her house, and da 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 da. So it's hard for people to trust people with increasing those sex offenders, molestation, things that are like that are going on. Those things are increasing.
So let's talk about this then, because then now we have to talk about yes, and those things, and yes, there's listening and conversations that being had about that. So then, how about we can start holding these particular resources? How about we start holding them accountable? How about we start
Exactly.
holding CPS accountable?
Yes.
Because they are supposed to be going out and they are supposed to be um they are supposed to be in charge of making sure that our children are okay. They are supposed to be making sure that as our children are being protected, and they're supposed to make sure that our children are being protected and looked after, and they're supposed to be making sure that they're in the best situation to go forward. They're supposed to be doing that. How about the resources for children and family services as far as housing, making sure that they're in a well-kept building, making sure that they have proper housing, that they have proper food. You have things out here now. I've heard so many people say that I can't even get food stamps anymore. I'm above the quota that they have for it, or I make way too much
I
money.
miss them
But
food
some
stamps.
people are literally still robbing Peter to pay Paul. They just put their household
Yes.
necessity needs on. And we're not still needs are groceries and foods and vegetables and things of that nature. But they're not considering that. So we have to start being able to also hold these resources that are supposed to be out here for the people, holding them accountable. I.e., that means when it comes time to vote, everybody want to holler about the president, the president, the president, the president, the president. But we have a whole Senate, we have a whole state representatives, we have aldermen, we have other things going on that are still local that we need to hold them accountable as well. These kids would not be out here doing half these things if the resources set for these communities were actually given to these communities. We can only hold you accountable when we get out there and when we vote. That's my 2 cents, and I'm going to drop it right here.
Well,
The word of God. Come on,
I am reading your hearing.
read
Matthew. The book of Matthew.
the book of Matthew.
Chapter 18. verse
18.
8, in the ESV version.
Okay.
English Standard Version.
Come on.
And it says,
What it say?
but whoever calls one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him to have a great milestone fastened around his neck.
Talking about the yoke.
And to be drowned in the depths of the sea.
Mm.
That's the word of the Lord. That's not our word. That's not that's the Bible. That's the Bible. Okay, Book of Matthew,
Hold on, let's go to James version as well. You know, some
the
people be like, that
18th
ain't
chapter,
the King James version. Come on,
and the
Matthew
6th verse. Come on.
18th chapter.
Come on.
6th verse.
She's doing the King
Uh-huh.
James version.
It says, but whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a milestone were hanged about his neck and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. In other words, these kids are already covered by the blood. They're already a part of his DNA. So for those who are not taking care of his people, you Christians,
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
for
You
those
believers?
you believers, for those who are saying, well, it ain't my child is taken care of, but your child got to interfere and interact with all of the other children. So at the end of the day, we still have to raise the village. We still have to be the village. We still have to raise the kids. And if we're not helping to raise these kids as a whole, then you might as well put a milestone around your neck and drown.
That means we have to raise the kids like we come together for prom season. We come together for birthdays,
Graduation.
and graduation.
Exactly.
And I got one more small verse. Come on. It's called the Message Bible. It says, and I quote, but if you give them a hard time, bullying, or taking advantage of their trust, you soon wish you had not.
You're taking advantage of kids. Like I used to work with kids.
Keyword.
That was part of my social work
Bullying.
side of my degree.
You can bully with your words.
And yes, verbal abuse.
Not just for that.
Verbal abuse.
Not just for action. People need to be held accountable for the things that they do with our children. You have to be mindful of that. And all these things that we have talked about, all these things that we have brought forth, all these things that we have placed out here, we have to make sure that, in your words, at the end of the day,
That's right, honey.
end of the day, that we are making sure that these children they have a place that they can go to.
Yes.
If it be not mother, father, sister, cousin, best friend, mama, grandmama, me, whoever, they have to have a safe space, someone that they can come to, that they can talk to, that they can trust. Because our house is a safe house. We have
What about when they're not even safe?
I was just about. I promise you, before you said our house is a safe house, every house on the block had a house where you can go to, where you felt comfortable enough to tell the parents or the people what was going on with you, whether it was school or on the block, and you got a good meal.
Absolutely.
You got a good meal.
Absolutely. I knew who my safe house was when I was coming up. I knew who house was safe. And that is what I think it's so funny because I tell my husband all the time, it's like, oh, we got so many kids that run in and out of this house, Jesus. I'm like, I need to claim some of these extra ones on taxes. You know, they way beyond older and we can't claim them on taxes. I tell them that, like, I don't know what's going on. And I did just tell my good girlfriend, her daughter, and her niece, same thing. I told them I don't care what's going on.
Right.
I'm that teacher that you can call me and you can tell me anything. The only time that it will ever go beyond you and I will be I feel like you are then in a place to where either you are about to be hurt or you are hurting. Or you're about to hurt yourself. It has to be some extreme to where then my confidence with you for that small moment will be broken because I need to get outside people to come over here and we're gonna be around you, we're gonna get you right. That's the only time. But other than that, as far as for me, with kids, I am safe space. I am safety. You can come to me and you can tell me anything. And sometimes your words might be a little harsh, and I might be like, "Ooh, put your pearls around this neck." However, I'm gonna let you get it all out. And then at the same time, you need to understand that safety is still gonna give you really good. And I'm gonna have to let you know that I've been there, done that, rode that boat, and came back right on the pony. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you know all the good stuff. but I need you to know at the same time that I'm going to give you what's going to help you, and then I might put you with somebody else who may be able to help you a little bit more than I can. I may not have all the answers,
Yes.
but I want to make sure that you're safe
Yes.
in getting that information. And that's the part of when you start seeing our children out here running around. We don't want the police activity. We don't
No.
want to see the kids getting choked
No.
out, beat up, and behind bars or possibly ending up dead. We do not want that to be the case. We want our children to be safe, to be able to be children. We don't want these 12-year-olds out here acting like they're 18. We want them to be able to run outside and play. We also need to check some of these young adults that's out here bullying these children into doing things that they themselves got bullied into. We need to break the generational curse.
Break it, dismantle it, get it from ashes to ashes, dust
Dust
to
to
dust.
dust. Yeah.
Send it right
So,
on back to the pits
I
of hell.
was sitting here with you, and it brought back a flashback of we do want these activities. We don't want corruption. Because back then, police knew the community.
Yeah.
So if they saw you doing something that you weren't supposed to be doing,
Yeah.
they knew where you lived. They
Yes.
brought you to your parents and said, hey, instead of taking them in, this is what we're doing. We had a camaraderie with
Yes.
police back then
Yeah.
because, they knew that we wasn't bad kids. The problem is now that the stigma on police and everything that has happened, we can't even put the good signs in our windows to say what was that?
The police,
The safe watch or the what was that?
Police watch.
The police watch or the community watch something to let the people know this is a safe house. Because now you have so many people are using it to their advantage to bring children in and do other things.
Mhm.
So it's like we have to accountability of servicing our block. We need to know who on our block.
Okay.
We need to know our neighbors.
We're gonna do something quick. We got something that we want to show you guys. It's gonna do
Uh-oh. That means the MD has found a video. Video.
As June as Pride Month. Hello, and thank you so much for joining us as we stream live. I'm Colleen Sullivan. This is Eyewitness News at 6:30. Chris Christie is live overhead in Air 7 HD with the very latest right now. Chris.
That's right, Colleen. A confrontational protest with protest.
Glendale School Board. Oh, it's bringing us into our big banger.
Ooh.
I'm gonna do it.
Yes. Well, that
Listen. Well, it's not.
We got 15 minutes to go.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. We have created, and I say we as together, we have created so much hate amongst each other,
Yes.
so much disrespect
Yes.
amongst each other that it has trickled down to the next generation.
Yes.
And because they don't know that only outlet is to fight or be angry. They don't know how to do anything else other than what they just figure is the right thing to do, which is to fight or be angry.
Yes.
We have to. God said that love covers a multitude of sin, and we have less love. We have less love in this world. We need to love. We need to fight more. We need to put togetherness because we don't love enough. We got neighbors. You can't even go to your neighbor and ask for a cup of sugar no more. You like the store right down the street, but that ain't the point. If you're my neighbor and you need something, if you need a cup of water, I should be able to give you a cup of water. We don't love anymore like we should love in this world. Everybody is off of their phones like crap.
Because some other people do definitely have
It's
the
so
crab in the
sad.
barrel mentality, and we have gotten beyond the village. We've gotten beyond the village. Guys, this is another topic that we have that literally will sit upon you, and we can again talk about this all day. But I
This is a
do
lot.
want to move into this next topic. And this one is going to have to be a drop it on you. Y'all gonna talk about it, and then y'all gonna hit us in the comments on this. So, ladies, this is a topic that literally, once again, this one hit me differently because it hit me differently on a lot of different levels. And it is one of the biggest topics that's been all over social media. Some news outlets have touched this one because it had become very violent. It is this cisgender statement, and not SIS like sister. It is CIS gender, and they're saying basically it is natural born gender of the person which they are having a conversation about. And I'm going to start looking first. And the question is, how do you feel about being called cisgender, not just cisgender? You are a chest feeder, a womb holder, gendered woman, cisgender. How do you feel about it?
I love everybody. I love everybody.
Okay.
Some things I would not understand. And how do I feel? I don't think it's right because I'm a woman. It ain't nothing that I'm pretending. So I'm not gonna pretend to be something that I'm not. Because there's too many pretenders. But yeah, I, we just need to pray.
You already know how I feel. Like, I believe one of the things that is increasing transgenders love, the lack of.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
get off of that. The lack of love that they did not get when they were growing up. And if you want to change your title, you want to change your name, that's on you. But you can't change me as a woman. I'm born a woman. I stayed a woman. I love being a woman. You can't change me in that. You you have to definitely understand that transgender came from you transitioning your gender role, whether it's from a man to a woman or woman to a man. So that's where it came from. You do not have the right to call me, who was born a woman, like to say woman, a cis, a breast feeder, whatever you want, a chest feeder, a bottom feeder, whatever y'all want to call it. You can't change me in that sense. Yeah, if you want to change who you are, that's on you. But you can't change the natural me. And then you cannot be upset or have an attitude because I was born this way and I just have to do what God has given me. This is what God has given me, what I have accepted, and this is what I choose to move forward to be. You chose to change your body, change your gender, and therefore you should be cis. Because ain't no cis, ain't no CYST over here, even though y'all got CIS. Ain't no cancerous thing growing up here.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay.
God made me in the likeness of Himself. At the end of the day, I am full one
I love everybody.
with all my good parts.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
can I ask you something? You just hit me with this is related to cancer,
Yes,
and the world is trying to eradicate
yes,
cancer.
yes.
But they're trying to eradicate natural.
Natural being.
So therefore, they call you.
A cis. Yes.
But see, and here it is. I need to help y'all. I need to give you a little something extra. And once again, I have to process this, and I have to make sure I preference this. I always have to preference this by saying that the views that I give are that solely of me. And as I said, I love everybody. I hold no ill will towards anyone. I have no heaven nor hell to put you in. I cannot stand in judgment, and I will not stand in judgment of anyone and their life choices because it is your life. God created you in His image, in His likeness. And in the Bible, 58 times does He specify male, female. It's 58 times. It's 58 verses, I'm sorry. 58 verses that He specified male and female. But in Genesis, He says, I created.
It's word.
Yes. Come on.
The male, him, male,
Yeah.
and female. He said, I created. So I'm not sitting in judgment of what God did because God said what he did. He said, I created. That's his ownership. I, me, him. Not me, Deborah. I, him. He created them male and female. That's his word. I ain't rewriting it. I'm not trying to erase it and put my spin on it. I'm not going to say he created non-binary, X-binary, X, Y,
I mean, A plus A. But
that's what it says. And that's what it is. Now, in this, because I feel a certain way, and I have watched plenty of videos, and I have seen people that have transitioned, taken that step, and they have changed, say how they regret it. And these are older people, not the children, because we know that they are after our children. So it's not the children that's saying that they regret it. It's these older ones that had done when they were younger that said, I regret it. I can't live this way. I can, for whatever reason, health notwithstanding general normal things that transpire within our body. So they have so many health issues that are attacking their body, all because they wanted something different. And for me, I don't like the term cisgender. I don't like the term cisgender. I don't like the CIS being added to the fact that I am a natural WOMAN. I have a womb. I am a giver of life. I have been a giver of life. That is where the womb starts. That's where you even came from. You came from a woman. You were born to a woman. So you have to deal with what is that root. Because at the end of the day, to every issue, at the end of the day, there is a root to the situation. And if we want to deal with what is at the root of the problem, we have to cut it off. We have to cut the root. We have to get to the root. We have to kill the problem. So now we have to figure out where this thing came from.
Yes.
And we have to send it back to where it came from. I am not a chest feeder. I have natural given breast. Jesus, that I have been able to nurture and feed creatures that came from my that I have given life to. Thank you, Jesus. Now there are women that are out here that cannot do this naturally, and there have been health issues for them women. Women. I'm not taking anything away from you that have transitioned. This is where the problem came in from. And this is my 2 cents, and I'm gonna give my 2 cents. I'm gonna give it to you. You can always send it back to me. I'll spend it how I like. With that said, we have stood in the gap as Black women for so many centuries, for so many years, for different people with different issues, that once we are so disrespected that everybody goes silent, then we become the villain. We are the angry Black women who don't understand, don't want to express love. We don't want to be considerate to whatever trials and tribulations and the issues that they go through. But do you not know that we are also the same people who, out of every issue that has ever been expressed within this time frame and this life, we are the only ones that has never been given a we have never been given reparations.
No, you sure have it.
And on that note, guys,
can I just say this?
Go ahead.
You can imitate, but you can't duplicate. You have to say that. Okay?
On that note, I promise you, it is so much more because I have so many things that go on behind this. Because I can go into the realm of when they get their surgeries, there are things that we go through we can't get. I'm sorry. I had to throw this one out there because when I heard this thing sat on me so bad. But the producer is giving me the cut. He's giving me the cut and get out of here. So y'all, I promise you to have to be able to come back and give y'all just a free when we come back, this is going to be what you guys see, and this is just a piece of what you guys are going to get. We are so excited to once again be together. You don't want me to do this is not what oh, wait. No. What I'm saying is the content. What I'm saying is the content. Hold on. Because what y'all gonna
This
get?
is a test run, you guys.
Okay, so since you want to call it a test run, we gonna test run on here. Yeah,
Well, let me get this
it's
picture
going
out.
to be so different from when we come back,
Yes.
but we wanted to give y'all something new. So we're gonna end like
So I was going back and forth between songs. What should I give you all to encourage you? And I heard something this morning that built in my spirit that I've been dealing with for the last year or so, which is everybody's scriptures know this. Nehemiah 4:6, which is so built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together until the head thereof, for the people have a mind to work. They had a mind to work. We gotta work, people. We got to have a mind to work together. Not separate, get known by your name, but together so that God can see us without a spot or wrinkle. Because right now we're wrinkled. We wrinkled.
we need a whole iron.
And ain't no oil. Nowhere.
No,
The chains have been broken, but we need some chains, godly chains that link together so that we can be across the nation together, work together to help not only the kids, but the generation to come and the elders. You know, in the first place, we wouldn't be where we at now.
Amen.
So I want to leave that with you all. Amen.
And then one thing that I want to say to every single mother, every woman out there, take some me time.
Yes.
And you're special and you're important. You may not feel like you're doing a good job as being a single parent, as being a mother, but you are. You are important. You're doing a great job. And if you ain't hear nobody say that they're proud of you, the women at the work table, we are proud of you.
Yes.
Keep going, keep doing exactly what you're doing, and reach out if you need encouragement. But it's time for us to come together to strengthen our community, and it starts with the women, and even with the single fathers. Is the single fathers, for whatever reason, your kid is not the problem. They're not the problem, but you need to help them. But in order to help your kid, someone got to do it.
Okay,
So on that note, guys, I promise I can't even add anything to it because what was said was exactly what we needed. All I will say is that the women of the when we are here, we are present, we are accounted for. So if you guys have questions, you need a prayer request, probably you want to hear in the near future, hit us up, inbox, or I will give you guys on the next message. I will post it actually on the page. Someone will reach out. We'll be here for you. Like, love, share. Bring us
And
back
subscribe and
and
follow.
a big number because we are back.
Back.
And we love you guys.
Okay.
Okay.